I won't beat about the bush, dear. I'll try and be quick, because I'm meant to be collecting library books up. We're going to the library. I just wanted to tell you, you know, I'd booked in for a home assessment, so I could have a home birth on 6th of September. But I cancelled it because, well, I was going to cancel it because, one, I was having a fit about having midwives in my house judging me, and two, we decided to go on holiday that week, but they ended up cancelling it first, saying that they'd suspended the home birth service because there was no staff. Well, when I went to see the midwife last week, she said they were reviewing it. So they wanted to come out and do a home assessment this coming Monday. It's Friday today, this coming Monday. So there's still no guarantee I'll get my home birth. People keep saying to me, you know, they can't refuse you, but they keep saying they refuse. I don't know, but anyway, I thought about it because, you know, I'm not going to get into it again because you've heard it to death, but you know how badly they've treated us in the past, and nothing makes me more anxious than midwives, and, you know, would it be a load of trouble for nothing? But I was thinking about it, and I said to my mum, I says, ideally, in an ideal world, I'd give birth unassisted on my own, and then the midwife come out after, do all the little checks, tick all the little boxes, and then naff off again. But the midwife's only allowed, they've told me the midwife will only come, even if it's not for me giving birth, even if it's just after the birth, a check, she'll only come if they've done a home assessment. So if I don't have a home assessment, and I give birth either unassisted intentionally, or it's just shot out because it's my 5th one, I will have to go to the hospital. Now, if I'm already at the hospital to give birth, I might get to have my husband with me the whole time. Might not have to wear a mask. I'll be in my own little room. But if I give birth at home, they might not let the husband go to the hospital with me because I won't be in labour anymore. I might have to wear a mask and wear it for hours and hours and hours while I'm waiting to be seen and waiting to be sorted, which I don't want either. Because wearing a mask in that hot waiting room after my last growth scan was enough to send me nutty. And I don't even know if I'll get my own room or anything because I won't give birth there. What if I'm sat in a waiting room with a new baby, a baby that's literally just been born, sat there feeling like I'm bleeding to death, in a mask without my husband? I can't risk it. And I don't know if I'm going to give birth in hospital or not, but at least if I've had the home assessment, I've got the option of staying at home. And then I can pick on the day, stay at home or go to hospital. I can't risk being separated from the husband, and I can't risk having to wear a mask, and I can't risk, there's so many things I can't risk. So my mum said, you know, you're doing the right thing then, because I kept saying to her, I'm doing the right thing, letting him in my house, I'm doing the right thing. And then I spoke to the husband, he was dead against it, because he dislikes and distrusts midwives even more than I do, if that were possible. And I explained to him what I've just said to you, and he said, okay. He said, but you've got to give him no reason whatsoever to stab you in the back, and you've got to give him no reason whatsoever to turn you down or something stupid. He says they're not going to come in here and see that you're homeschooled and you're doing your best and what have you. And your kids are loved and well fed and all that lot. They're going to come in here and judge on whether your skirting boards are dusted or not. So the husband works nights. He's not around a lot, so whatever needs doing, I've got to do it. I'll show you in a minute. He thinks it's going to be a load of stress for nothing and they'll still turn me down, but I've got to try, haven't I? I'm 36 weeks pregnant tomorrow by my dates. By their dates, I'm 38 weeks pregnant in a couple of days. So I found this paint in the shed, which is left over from the kitchen, and I've been climbing on ladders and things, getting the paint, touching the kitchen up, which I know I shouldn't be doing, but I'm the only one here to do it, and the midwife's coming. I've been trying to be careful, and I've made sure the windows and doors are open when I do it because of the baby. But I draw the line at glossing, because when I ain't got any gloss, it'd mean me going to the shop and carting it back pregnant, and two, it's too stinky while I'm pregnant. the husband were like, you'll have to take up kids' artwork down and paint that. And I'm like, no, because we live here. If they're going to come at same as the laundry pile, it was like, you're going to have to make sure there's no laundry. I was like, look, if they're going to come into my house when they know I've got 4 kids and expect no laundry and no kids' artwork on the wall, they can naff off, frankly. There was a door in the kitchen, I'll show you that as well, where I had bits of stickers on it, you know, from where I've stuck kids' pictures up before. And I've sat on the floor with soapy water and a scraper and got that all off. That looks loads better. As far as I'm aware, I've been told they'll want to go in the bathroom. So the bathroom's alright anyway, but I'll just make sure it's extra cleaned. I've ordered some extra strong toilet cleaner, even though it's clean anyway. This is where they've got me, the midwife. The stairs, that's clean anyway. The front room, now that's see, kids' stuff. And the kitchen. Because I intend on giving birth in the front room, not in the bedroom, so there's no reason whatsoever they should go in my bedroom. And if they ask me, I'm going to have to say no anyway, because well, it's nice to be sleeping there. So I've got to get them 4 areas absolutely spotless and like we don't live here. But this is why I struggle with housework anyway. I don't want to be one of them mums that's like, because it frustrates me, you know, if I clean something and then a second later it's trashed again because of the kids, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be like, you know, they didn't do anything. So anyway, I'm doing my best. I'll show you my progress so far, but it's only Friday. The table's still got loads of stuff on it, but we homeschool. Some of it I'm going to leave till the day before, because, you know, if I do it now, the kids will erect it 3 times over before the midwives come. But it's not so bad now, because I'm pregnant. I'm aware that I'm going to have to keep the house like, you know, like we don't live here, just after I've given birth, and also the midwife so stab us in the back. But I tell you something now, I've been quite fearful of them so far and played by the rules so far. And if they try and turn me down over something stupid, like my skirting boards aren't clean enough or something, I will go ape. But that's where I am. This is the door, look, that had all pictures on it and stickers on it, and I've wiped it down, it looks loads better. And I've touched up the walls. I forgot, I've cleaned out all the window, look, but that's what, no, see what I mean? I cleaned the window, a window cleaner, which I wouldn't normally use when I'm pregnant because it's chemical. And look, 2 days later, it's been trashed again. So I'm really bad tempered and anxious at the minute. That's the other thing I meant to say. On the Monday when they're coming, I don't know when they're coming. She said she's going to ring me when they're on their way, which is a really sneaky midwife type trick to wrong foot you into it. But my mum's coming, so she's going to help me, and when they come she's going to take the kids out and take the dog out. Look, I've been trying to make everything clutter free, because you know you've seen in my videos things get piled up on the side, and we're all bad for it, we all just chuck stuff on the side. But it's stuff like that change jar, I've nowhere else to put it, and why should I move it? We live here. I'm doing my best anyway. But the kids' artwork, I'm not taking it down, because the kids live here, they can deal with it. It's Friday night. Even though I know that they won't be going in the kids' rooms, I've still cleaned all the kids' rooms. I've done the windows upstairs, all the floor upstairs. You do, darling. But I don't know, it'll all need doing again Sunday night, won't it? Wiped all the bathroom down. The table, it's still got stuff on, but the thing is, we live here, and I'm going to need my homeschool stuff tomorrow. So we'll use the homeschool stuff tomorrow, and then Sunday night before I'll bag it and shove it in the cupboard and hide it. So it's just so we've got a clear table. And then I have to be quick. I've just filmed this once and my camera was dead blurry. My camera's not way out. I've got the doggy with me, Auntie Dylan. Yeah, I'm going to take kids up to Sunday school in a minute. I don't know if I already said that. It's Sunday. So this is the last day cleaning before midwife's come. The husband finishes at work at 6 in the morning after doing a like 12-hour night shift. And he says, oh, when I get in Sunday morning, I'm not going to go to bed. I'm going to stay up and gloss all the doors in the kitchen. And I didn't say it, but I thought, no you're not. And then this morning he got in and he was like, I'm really tired, I'm sorry, I can't go glass indoors. And I was like, go to bed, it's fine. Thought he was being a bit over ambitious there, darling. People have been really nice about it. I put on my Facebook and my Instagram, I've been cleaning and worrying. Faye from the hippie homeschool mum has been really nice and said that, you know, it's not for them to turn me down, it's not for them to judge, they're meant to come here and support me, and if they don't, well, that's their problem, kind of thing. So that made me feel a bit better. That's the kind of mindset I should be in. A few people, I think, though, they mean well, but they don't understand why I'm so anxious about midwives. I've been stabbed in the back before, and I can't keep going on about it and become one of the people who just goes on about it all the time. What was I going to say? Oh, when I was cleaning up, I found this old Juno magazine. And it's spring 2018, and there's a whole bit in it about home birth. And it couldn't come at a better time. I like Juno magazine anyway, they published me a couple of times. This is wrote by a doula called Natalie Meddins, and I'll just read, it's a really long article. I'll just read you a couple of segments. It says, how many people know that birth in the UK is very safe? Or that whether labour takes place in hospital or at home, mother and baby have a 99.9% chance of survival? Very few is the answer, thanks to consistently negative birth stories and messages in the media. And then it says, it's easy to find reasons not to have a baby at home. In the opinion of our culture at large, there are plenty of them. Birth is too dangerous, too painful, too unpredictable, even too messy. As few of us get around to asking where all these twos have come from, there this thinking sits, layers of sediment built on stories heard, assumptions made, and terrifying television portrayals, with the result that most people assume the hospital is the safest place to give birth. And then it goes on to say, in the UK, 1 in 3 women is now having a caesarean compared to 1 in 10 30 years ago. Given that 75% of women want a birth with no intervention, but 87% end up in an obstetric unit, it's clear something isn't right. And then it goes on to say, when women are canvassed for what they actually want, the replies are astoundingly similar. Personalised, them-centred, continuous care that helps them feel safe, relaxed, and at the heart of their experience. I'm going to read it and read it again and have it all in my head for when the midwives come on. They start saying, you can't, this and this will happen. The dog's looking at me like I'm nuts. I may tell you the whole story one day, but I don't know if I will, because I don't really want to character assassinate or look like I'm bitching. But I'll just say this, the woman who I've been friends with since we were 7, who was pregnant at the same time, who I bought them baby shower presents for, we're not friends now. Turned out she was quite a judgmental cow, actually. She feels sorry for my baby because, this is a woman who's pregnant for the first time, she feels sorry for my baby because I didn't have the COVID vaccine while pregnant. So it's essentially my fault if I get it. She feels sorry for my baby that I want a home birth. She feels sorry for my baby that the state of my house and what I put. So, you know, a lot of people are against home birth to the point of being judgmental and falling out with lifelong friends and stuff. But yeah, I'm just going to do what feels right, I think, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. But lots of cleaning is afoot still, because it's continuous with 4 kids. Front room's clean, but I have to keep saying to kids, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that, don't get that right, which depresses me. I've covered the chairs so you can't tell Jasper's eating them. But it does my head in because I don't know when the midwives are coming. I don't want to be like, don't do that all bloody day. I was up most of last night crying and worrying about it. Because the thing is, even if I pass today, because I have been continuously cleaning and continuously stressing about it, I can't do that after I've given birth. And that's when they get you. That's when they're like, oh, you know, you're not coping, we're going to cause you trouble. So I'm not so bad now. I'm not in such a state of trauma as I was earlier. The midwife rung about 9 o'clock. She says, do you still want a home visit? I said, yeah. She says, oh, well, the home birth service has been suspended again until at least the 4th of October. So even if we do the assessment, you won't get a home birth if you have a baby before the 4th of October. So I was like, well, come anyway. My mum come. We've been playing Pictionary all morning, lot, which has calmed me down loads. Been playing it with the kids. But I've left it out because we were halfway through a game. And then the midwife rung saying, oh, we're on our way. I've just realised I forgot to ring you to tell we're on our way. And we could be anything from 5 minutes to 15 minutes. So my mum was like, right, quick, put the lead on the dog. Get the shoes on the kids, let's go. So they've gone. Now I'm just waiting for the midwives to come. I knew they'd do something like that, tell me when they was already on their way. I've cleaned up best I can, apart from the stuff on the table. But with Livia, I mean, Pinky wanted to colour this morning. They're halfway through a game of Pictionary. Everywhere else is pretty pristine. So we'll see how it goes. They've been, I'm just waiting for my mum to get back with kids now. It was my midwife, who's not pushy, and another one who was a bit pushy. I think she said the other one, not my midwife, my midwife kind of takes the view that she's told me, then it's up to me. But the other one was like, I think she said about 6 times going against medical advice. And she said about 3 times I should have the COVID vaccine. But they just looked in the kitchen, the bathroom, the front room. They said it's fine, we're wanting to give birth downstairs. There's a great long list of things that could happen to go wrong, which should put anybody off. They've wrote in my book I had home assessment, and that my mum or a friend's going to mind the kids and I need to keep taking my iron tablets. And then I folded it over because my address was on the top. They put no problems with downstairs access, as a turn at the top of the stairs would affect access for birth downstairs, toilet cleaning facilities. Any other areas of concern, need to ensure the house remains uncluttered and clean. So as soon as I started filming that bit, they all come back. I don't know if this is my paranoia or if they say this to everybody. But are there any other areas of concern? Need to ensure house remains uncluttered and clean. Good phone signal, dog will be in the crate. And then what? Advised against medical advice because of my BMI, the fact they don't know if I'm diabetic or not because they wouldn't redo that blood test, and the fact that they messed up my 20-week scan so they didn't get a proper look at the baby's heart. And then these are all this is the great long list of things that could go wrong, even if I didn't have high BMI and what have you. But some of them are things like shoulder dystoxia and the baby being breech, because I said you can give birth naturally with a baby breech though, can't you? And she says, oh well, because we don't deal with it very often now, because this would just be a case of taking you to the hospital and giving you a C-section, we don't really know what to do. And I thought, well, does that not worry people that midwives are losing skills because they're not doing these things anymore? You just go straight to intervention. So, oh, and she said she gave me a list. I've got to buy a bowl and a bucket, some bin bags, a changing mat for the baby. What was the other thing? Oh, some antiseptic and antibacterial wipes for him. I love you too, Pinky. Just 1 minute. And oh, and they said if I have the baby at home, they can't check the baby's blood sugar levels after if I'm diabetic. They can't check the baby's heart after because you know, they messed up the 20-week scan. And because of my BMI, there's a risk of shoulder dystoxia, and they told me that after they'd said on my growth scan they reckon the baby's only £6. Risk of bleeding, risk of malposition, but I don't know what the risk of malposition is when they've already told me baby's head down anyway. And then they said, so there's a great long list of things that could go wrong. And then they said, let's be signing it. And then they said, they've got a staff shortage, so they probably won't be able to come out anyway. They probably won't be giving me a home birth anyway. And I said, well, what if I give birth on my own and then I only need you to come out and do the checks? You ain't got to sit around for hours waiting for me to give birth. And she says, oh, if we ain't got enough staff, you won't be able to do that anyway, because a lot of the midwives at the hospital are isolating, or they're leaving because they don't want the jab. So the community midwives are having to help at the hospital. And the other thing was, they said that if I do give birth at the hospital, I might not be able to go home after 6 hours, because I might have to see a baby doctor after, because they messed up the 20-week scan. And my mum said, me and my mum both said, that all these things they say that could go wrong if I'm in hospital. I'm just going to see how I feel on the day, but whether they'll send anybody out or not, I don't know. So I might end up paying the baby home and going to the hospital anyway. I'm just glad it's over with. But I still don't know if I'm going to get a home birth or not. I still don't know what's going to happen. I'm just glad the assessment's over with. I forgot what I was going to say. It's very early the next morning. The kids have got me up stupid early. That's why I look like hell. I'm just doing the chickens. What I was going to say was, I still don't know what I'm going to do. Because even if I do have a home birth, they said I've got to take the baby into the hospital 72 hours later. Whereas if I have the baby in hospital, I suppose it gets all them checks and stuff out of the way, and he gets them checks immediately. But who's going to take me to hospital, especially now there's a fuel shortage? That was the other thing. She said if I catch COVID, I can't give birth at home, I'll have to go to the hospital. Which I suppose, like, you know, they'll have better PPE and stuff at hospital. But if I've got COVID, rather than isolating myself at home and I'm sending one midwife, they want me to get somebody to give me a lift, which they're not going to do if I've got COVID, and then go to where all the vulnerable people are, where I'm going to give it to people. And then she said, if I have a home birth and something goes wrong and they have to move me to the hospital and I've already had the baby, they'll send 2 ambulances, because we'll count as 2 separate patients. So an ambulance for me, an ambulance for the baby. So after telling me they've no staff, that's why they can't do a home birth, and you know the NHS is on its knees and all that lot, and there's a fuel shortage, they're gonna then provide 2 ambulances. Doesn't make sense. But I still want a home birth, but this is how they get you into it, because you're thinking, oh, you know, what if this happens, what if that happens, and it's your baby. I don't know what I'm going to do. I still don't know what I'm going to do. Sorry I can't give you an answer. Yeah, I'm going to try and nip to charity shop later, see if I can get a changing mat for him, because they said I need one in case they have to resuscitate him or whatever. My mum's ordered, I felt a bit rude. My mum come in, she says, oh, I've not, when she come and she looked after kids, you know, and thank God for my mum, she says, I've not bought over this baby yet, have I? And I just, instead of going, oh, you don't have to, or, oh no, it's fine, or whatever, which I should have done, I went, no, you haven't, have you? Because I was worried about the midwives coming, and now I think, oh, I was ever so rude, so I'm going to have to apologise, but I just went, no, you haven't, have you? And she says, oh, I'll buy the steriliser, because I haven't got a steriliser yet, and that's coming today. So again, thank God for my mum, because I hadn't even got a steriliser sorted. Anyway,